Have you ever looked at someone and decided they would never become anything? That's exactly what everyone did to Marcus. Every morning, people walked right past him without making eye contact. Some tossed their coffee cups into the trash can he had just emptied. Others complained because the floor wasn't dry enough. To them, he was just the janitor. What they didn't know was that Marcus was quietly building a life that would leave every single one of them speechless. And the day the truth came out, nobody in that building ever looked at him the same way again. Marcus was 32 years old and worked the night shift cleaning an office tower in downtown Chicago. His paycheck barely covered rent, groceries, and the old Honda he prayed wouldn't break down. Every night, while the city's executives stayed late closing million-dollar deals, Marcus pushed a mop through the same hallways. Most people never even learned his name. "Hey, janitor, can you clean this up? You're blocking the hallway." It happened so often that he almost forgot what it felt like to be seen as a person. But there was one thing nobody knew. Marcus carried a small notebook in his backpack. It wasn't filled with complaints. It was filled with dreams. Every break, while everyone else scrolled through their phones, Marcus opened that notebook. Business ideas, lessons from books, money goals, mistakes he never wanted to repeat. Years earlier, after losing his father, Marcus had promised himself something. "I'll stay broke if I have to, but I'll never stay mentally poor." So instead of spending what little money he earned, he bought used books, listened to business podcasts during every shift, and saved every dollar he could. His coworkers laughed. "You really think reading books is going to make you rich?" Marcus would smile. "Maybe not today, but someday." One freezing winter evening, an elderly businessman accidentally dropped a folder in the lobby. Papers scattered everywhere. Most people walked past. Marcus didn't. He helped gather every page and handed the folder back. The older man smiled. "Son, thank you. Most people don't even stop anymore." Marcus shrugged. "My mom taught me that character costs nothing." The businessman nodded. "You'd be surprised how valuable that lesson is." Marcus had no idea that 30 seconds of kindness had just changed the direction of his life. A week later, the same man returned. This time he wasn't carrying a folder. He was carrying 2 coffees. He handed one to Marcus. "You got 5 minutes?" Marcus looked confused. "Sure." The businessman asked question after question. "What do you want out of life? What are you reading? Why are you still working here?" Instead of complaining, Marcus answered honestly, "I don't hate this job. I just know it isn't my final chapter." The older man leaned back and smiled. For the first time in years, someone wasn't looking at Marcus because of the uniform he wore. They were listening because of the man he had become. Marcus walked back to work that night with something he hadn't felt in a long time: hope. But he still had no idea that the next conversation would change everything. The next evening, the older man was waiting in the lobby again. "My name is Richard," he said, extending his hand. "I've built 3 companies in my life, and I've learned that resumes tell me what people have done. Character tells me who they are." Marcus smiled politely, not knowing where the conversation was headed. Richard reached into his briefcase and slid a business card across the table. "I need someone I can trust. Not because they're the smartest person in the room, but because they'll do the right thing when nobody's watching." Marcus stared at the card. "Sir, I don't have a business degree." Richard chuckled. "I know. I've met people with degrees worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, and integrity worth nothing." Marcus accepted a part-time assistant role after his night shift. The hours were brutal. He slept 4 hours a night. He worked weekends. He missed parties, birthdays, and vacations. People thought he was ruining his life. His friends laughed. "Bro, you're working 2 jobs? For what?" Marcus gave the same answer every time. "I'm not working for today's paycheck. I'm working for tomorrow's opportunity." Months turned into years. Richard didn't just teach Marcus about business. He taught him how to lead people, how to solve problems instead of blaming others, how to stay calm when everything goes wrong. Most importantly, he taught Marcus that successful people don't wait for perfect opportunities. They become the kind of people opportunities are looking for. Then, one unexpected morning, Richard called Marcus into his office. His voice was quieter than usual. "The doctors found something. It's serious." Marcus felt his stomach drop. Richard smiled gently. "We don't get to choose how long we live. We only choose what we leave behind." A few months later, Richard passed away. Marcus was heartbroken. At the memorial service, lawyers began reading Richard's final instructions. Employees, family members, and business partners filled the room. Then everyone heard something that left the room completely silent. "I am leaving controlling ownership of the company." People leaned forward. To Marcus Hill. Gasps echoed across the room. Some couldn't believe it. "The janitor?" People whispered. "There has to be a mistake." But there wasn't. Richard had written one final letter. It read, "If you're surprised by this decision, you were watching Marcus's uniform, while I was watching his character." Years later, Marcus walked back into that same office building. Not carrying a mop, not wearing a janitor's uniform. He walked in as the owner. The security guard smiled. "Good morning, Mr. Hill." Marcus smiled back. "Good morning." Then he noticed a young janitor quietly cleaning the lobby. Marcus walked over, shook his hand, and said, "Thank you," because he never forgot the man he used to be. Lesson: never judge someone's future by their current situation. The world notices talent, but it rewards character. Your job doesn't define your destiny. Your daily choices do. So if nobody believes in you today, keep showing up, keep learning, keep growing. Because one day, the same people who overlooked you may be the ones applauding your success. And when that day comes, stay humble enough to remember where you started.